Hey YouTube, it's League Turnover. Today, an Electric Cup is on for the second week of the season. So here's our best team. It's the Galvantula Lantern Electro team that I put out, the first one that went 9-1 and everyone has said they've done great with. Really? Is it my team? Sure, that's the first team that I put together. But as you look at the statistics here, and as I cover my face, that's what everyone's putting together because this is the problem with this meta. And I've gone over this many times. I hate single typing cups. The meta, there are a couple Pokemon that absolutely dominate, and then there's like a couple that you can maybe try. But for the most part, it's just like these limited metas sync, these limited typing sync the meta to like 6 or 7 Pokemon. And as you can see on the screen here, so this has, let me just actually make this as big as I can. As you can see here, so we have Galvantula and Lantern, which is essentially saying that this is on every single team there. And then you got see an Electrode, not on as it's basically like that's a third that the majority choose, but for the most part, it's still really like almost everyone chooses it. But then if you're not choosing that, you can then supplement it with Graveler or Luxray or Minimum, and then Golem, and then all the sort of Togedemaru, who I used as well on my second team. But this is it. When you know this is the meta, and that Galvantula destroys Electrode, Electrode destroys Lantern, Lantern does well against Galvantula, and beats the Gravelers Graveler and Golem very easy, right? There's your, and then the Graveler beats the Galvantula, right? There's your 4 Pokemon in the top here, just cycling against each other. Then you can use Luxray, who has like, you need the ground fast move, which is if you don't know, it's just a lucky chance. They are pre-assigned to the Luxray you catch, so you have to evolve it and hope you get the ground fast move, because ground will hit super effective against Lantern and Graveler, but not Electrode and Galvantula because they are bugging grass, so they neutralize the ground weakness of the electric, so it's only neutral. But this is the meta. And I have a problem with this in terms of, again, it's stupid. I'm ignoring the stupid part. What gets to me the most is the lack of effort from Niantic on this. First of all, I think there are every limited meta, every limited league cup will have problems with shrinking meta. So even in the best Sylph, or we're doing Frontier now, every one of these leagues that like 3, 4 typings, 5 typings, but like certain Pokemon band try to make it unique, still have it shrinked, right? I'm in one for I forget what the league is called, but it's got like 3 or 4, 5 typings. But for every single team that you go against, everyone has A Ninetales, Lickitung, Defense Deoxys, Charjabug, and then 2 others, right? So even in these a little bit wider cups, it's all just limited. What I wish they would do, so they can try it. So Niantic has basically 2 options here. They can try and get creative and think of new metas, like the Halloween meta, it had like 4 or 5 typings. There's other metas they've done in the past that have 4 or 5 typings. Like, I think at minimum, that's where they should be. They should not do single typing cups ever again. Get rid of electric, get rid of fighting, get rid of flying. Just don't do these. The meta is 5 Pokemon, kind of lineup dependent, kind of skill dependent, right? Because you can jump, you can move out of these to a certain extent, but it's just like the meta is so bad and so limited that it's just not worth anyone's time. On the ones with 4 or 5 typings, it's a little better. What I would like to see them do is get a little more creative throughout the year. And this is the problem I have with Niantic. They don't really care, but we know they don't care about GBL. They've said many times how the focus of the game is getting people to go out and do raids and do stuff like that, and you don't get that from playing GBL, which I disagree with you. If anyone's had been hunting for good IV Pokemon or getting the XL candies they need for legendary Pokemon to do Master League, for sure we're doing those things, but that's just a disagreement that Niantic has with the community. But Niantic does not put any effort into these league rotations. You can see it now. On top of only having like these single typing leagues, they're doing it for 2 weeks straight. This meta is stale after 2 days. Never mind 2 weeks, but it's basically like Great League, Ultra League, Master League, rotate it with a cup that none of these are new, right? They're all repeats from the past. Put them on for 2 weeks, 3 months. We don't need to think about this. We'll give some move updates that'll shake the meta up in the Great League for like a week, and then we don't need to think about this for 3 months. And that's the thing. There's a lot of good suggestions of updating the meta, updating the leagues that you're playing based on what you're seeing. So someone even mentioned the Halloween Cup 2 weeks ago, being like, if you're going to put the Halloween Cups on for 2 weeks, what you should do is put the Halloween Cup on open for the first week, and then have an analysis of the top 5 Pokemon used, and then ban them the second week. And same thing with like Great League, Ultra League, Master League. Like everyone's saying, like Great League is more open than it has been in a while. But the Great League is still dominated by Medicham and Lickitung, and now Carbinks are coming out a bunch, and Superior and Gligar and stuff like that. So it's like, you can do a remix that lasts like 1 week, but like you should have like as the weeks go on, like banning top Pokemon for that, or like get creative, like have each content. When we used to do I was in like a couple draft tournaments where you had to draft your team, and we had 2 ban rounds. So we'd go with the players and thing. Everyone would get to ban 1 Pokemon going down and one Pokemon coming back. So you get to ban 2 Pokemon. They're not like talk to your content creators, talk to freaking someone. Be like, hey, what do you think would be an interesting, like let's just go and ban Pokemon, like 10, 15 Pokemon. It's kind of like a remix. Like which ones do you want to ban? So I just think that there's ways to try to make this GBL more fun, but it just, you can just truly see Niantic's just like hands off, GBL is not important to us approach in this Electric Cup, and it really is frustrating. So that's my thoughts on this league. If you're going to be playing it, good luck. I've got it, and this is where we get to a problem, right? It's now Ultra League and the Electric Cup. No one's going to want to play the Electric Cup because it's 4 Pokemon, 3 Pokemon realistically dominating, maybe 4 or 5 total Pokemon running through with your alignment based. For each, like, not only alignment based, I in my 9-in-1 video, go check that out. I talked about how I'm using my 14 attack Galvantula because I need to win CMP, because you're going to see Galvantula mirror matches 50% of your games, right? So have those higher IVs, you have a better shot of winning in this meta. But it just like continues to show like Niantic's hands-off approach to GBL, their lack of effort in GBL. The fact that it's not only that these leagues aren't updating, the game mechanics are not updating. So I'm starting to do game mechanic videos. If you're new to this channel, hit the subscribe button, you'll get those. But I've already done one on, I did one on fast move optimization. I have one coming on counting on Monday, so stay tuned for that. But these mechanics haven't really changed since season 1 of GBL. They've shifted the meta, and that's fine. They're trying to buff moves, nerf moves, stuff like that, and that does change the meta aspect of it. But there hasn't been any like unique or real gameplay changes to the game, which I knew you want some consistency, but you think that it would evolve a bit over time, and it just hasn't. So that is basically all I have to say on this subject. Ultra League teams, top teams this morning, if you want to check those out. There's only 3 weeks left in the season, and this is what I'm worried about. There's 3 weeks left. Sorry, this is very rambling, I know. There's 3 weeks left in the season. It is a very, very ugly 3 weeks. It's Ultra League and Electric Cup this week. It is only Catch Cup the following week, so only Pokemon that you have caught and evolved and powered up in the last 2.5 months. And then there's Open, Great League, Ultra League, Master League. So thank you. They have at least acknowledged that we should end the season with that. But what's going to happen, and what I'm worried about, and what happens every single season, is they wait till like 2 days before the season to announce what's happening. They'll give you some move updates and nerfs and buffs and stuff like that, and it'll shift the meta here and there. Some Pokemon like Gligar will rise up, some Pokemon like Trevenant will fall, and it shakes the meta up for a bit. But again, it's just going to be like you're just going to see it's not going to be anything new with the schedule. It's just going to be the 3-month schedule. Alternate Great League, alternate Mass League. You use some cups that you've seen in the past, and then they don't need to care about it for another 3 months. And that's what I think we're going to see in the end of the month. And until I'm proven wrong, like it's tough to be optimistic when it's just the same recipe over and over again. Anyways, I hope you have a good weekend. Stay tuned. I don't even have Ultra. Yeah, maybe Ultra League team tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.